Right.
They have all.
Who has all?
DHMH.
Don't even get me started.
As a former DHMH.
You're obligated to sue.
Can I just tell you, I pretty much hate them. With the passion of a million suns.
That's a lot.
And you're former. Former.
I get it.
They're
I'll
the
be
most
nice.
obstructionist people I have ever encountered in my entire life.
That is the big complaint about them normally, with mostly
They
true.
do not coordinate, and they're absolutely obstructionist.
They're so worried about. They're very worried about any like public health sharing of public health incidents, emergencies, because they don't think people understand it. And
Because I'm an idiot.
because so therefore they're like, better to keep that in than to.
Oh.
You wanted to be in on the conversation.
I actually want to know what you're talking about. We're just bashing DHMH.
Colonel Bennett walked up to me yesterday and he goes, "I'm having a lot of trouble getting in touch with people at DHMH." It's like, who's your point of contact? This guy Kevin Jura, and I was like, well, there's your problem. And then he was like, really, it's not bad. I walked down the hallway and kind of towards like Jeremy's there, and I'm like, you have 5 words to describe Kevin Jura. Go. And they were like, we don't even need that much. So see, it's not just you.
Nice. Cool. You want to move this into the strategy room and talk, or do you want to talk here? I signed up the and here, because this is how people will see it. Right.
See, you know, I got a flu shot. You did.
Duh. What do you mean?
Of course. Ran around and gave it to me.
He's just, again, he's like, I get the flu every year and I get a flu shot. I'm like, no, you don't. You get a different strain of the flu because science. But, you understand this relationship. 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, we're standing outside. It was one of the nice days of everything. I'm like, what is that? He's like, it's a squirrel. I'm like, no, it's not. Squirrels don't grow up. Yes, they do. That we go outside in the tree, squirrel, naked. So Ryan, the Martian, leans over to me and goes, true story, right? No, it's not. He never sent the man to Mars, and he looks at me and he goes, squirrels. And this is why we work. Because the Earth thing is common sense to me, and the Mars thing is common sense to me.
Taking that attitude right before your wedding, opposed to like having second thoughts.
Toured it for a second. Cars and boats. Hilarious.
Relationships are more fun here.
Wave hi.
Camera has you. The chaos that is. It's like,
What camera?
no, I was supposed to have just one minute too. It's going to be ridiculous. Weird time. So
We can lower the national terrorism alert.
But he is physically in the building. It's Thursday though, so he needs to go home.
Oh, what time?
1.
Whatever.
Usually.
Where are we doing this, kitty?
We're gonna do it.
I signed up the entire
Actually, we're 4. So this is the receiving end of what we usually broadcast. I'm bringing it up on my phone.
Right.
Because
I'm
that's-
sorry, I'm probably.
You need to be in the loop here.
Yeah. What are we trying to do?
And she sent me sort of a live streaming 101 of the various options that we have. So that's kind of what we're doing here today is talk about that. And then I just
media strategy for the conference in total. Really, like, not well. I should be working on or doing now. That's fine, but at the event.
Definitely.
Good stuff. I mean, I like when the governor's press conferences recently is it live streaming it through YouTube and also records it. So it's live stream, but also you can have
You
it.
can
permanently.
you could
Like, we always do it as like a, in case you missed it. type
Right,
of thing
right, right,
Shortly after it gets sent
Right.
out. So,
Okay. And so remind me again, because I didn't review the email you sent me a couple weeks ago, a week or so ago. The YouTube, I do have hardwire internet in the main ballroom.
mhm.
All the rest of the rooms have to rely on Wi-Fi. Now I do have a MiFi, so if we had to do it, I was thinking to myself, I could bring in the MiFi and just run the live stream off of that
Off the Wi-Fi.
instead of using theirs, which may have 1,000.
Right, and the more people that tap in to actually watch it too will also decrease the amount of broadband that you have as
Right.
well.
So,
So yeah,
does
when
that
you said
seem-
you had hardware, I was like, yes!
it's because they do so much there. But
Sure.
hell, they're charging me $600 for a keg of beer. I think they can throw in on hardware. Well, most people do. For the social events, I have to use the beer. Yeah. I figured a decent keg of beer should really run you about $100. I mean, it's been a long time since I priced out a keg, but
Right.
for my own use. But
But I don't know what that means.
Well,
The tax on the tax or what?
and that doesn't even include like the bartender service. That I gotta pay for. That's like another $35 an hour. Yeah. What did I tell you? I'm planning a formal
For 300
every
people.
year.
Yep. Mhm.
oh. June
Coming too. June.
18.
Okay, so it's not during the conference.
No, right after. Now the conference is me getting out away from it. Oh, I get to think about it. Anyway, I digress. For some conferences specifically don't live stream because someone could say if there's a live streaming option, why would I go to the conference?
Right.
But I don't know. We might not have that problem.
And I don't wanna,
So who do you think would have using it?
yeah, I hadn't quite gone through all of mine, and I'm not looking at doing all of them. And most of them, I don't even know. I guess this was one of the things I wanted to talk about. For that purposes, I don't want people. Well, first of all, I don't know how much in advance I'll even announce we're going to do live streaming. I probably won't come out until like the week or so before.
Mhm.
So if you weren't going to register for the
Probably
conference,
not anyway.
you weren't
You
anyway.
were in it, yeah.
But like I pretty much was looking at keynotes, which is the first one on Tuesday, the digital transformation emergency management, and because I hear he's amazing, he better be. So I put him on.
The girl
Front and
from
center.
Virginia Tech, when I saw that, I was like, oh,
So one of the other things I have added to the information that I'm getting back from all the presenters are we may be videotaping and or doing photography.
Right.
Are you okay with this? Blah blah blah. So
Sure.
we'll have a sign off not
Mhm.
previous to them doing this thing. So I do know about like a guy, a retired CIA agent. I can't imagine he's going to want to be videotaped.
Right.
So so some things like that. So definitely the first guy. Depending on how this comes together, maybe the one on hackerism. I think that could be cool. And then obviously Christina, and do you all know Mark Landau from
Yes.
Frederick?
Yeah. You went
He's-
to
Yeah. Thesis on basically victims of active in order to survive.
yeah, he's a smart guy.
Second presentation.
Go get Miss Powell.
and doing all the work that she's done since then. So, and again, I don't, I guess we don't, until I get their presentations, I won't know. I guess my thought process is, I don't know that we live stream 2 straight hours. I think that seems a little excessive.
Sure.
I don't think a lot of people are going to tune into the live stream. My
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
I do think that maybe some people who might have missed it, if you have it on record, you could, be up there and they can go
Right.
and see it.
Yeah, that I think more.
I mean, YouTube would capture both of those. So
Your better bet is going to be to do it.
All right, I hear you, but why can't I see you? Hello? This is. Oh, thanks for calling. Can I actually give you a call back? I'm in a meeting right now. All right, so I've got the number you called me at. Is this the number that would be best for you? Okay, and you were Chuck. What was your name again? Brian. You're Brian. Okay. Thank you. Okay, thanks. Bye.
no, hey,
Be surprised.
I've had like
That's hard to
4
follow you.
different referrals of people about UAV. One of them really wanted to do it, and I think would have been great. He actually works for the Library of Congress.
Really?
On UAVs for Congress. I'd have to look up his name. Cal referred him to me, and he's at the New York Day.
Okay.
You'll get that fixed with the welding chair in the front.
All right, so I'm with you. I don't think I guess I'm trying to do it more as a
it's cool to do it.
one. Yeah, I think it's. I'm always trying to think about what draws people in for next year. And I think if people can see the presentations, or at least snippets of the presentations, of the really good ones, then that helps attract people for
I
next year.
agree with you
Absolutely,
there.
yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
So if that's the case,
So maybe it's not. I guess maybe we should try. Like, I don't know yet, and Russ and I are going to talk about it again today. But it's really we won't really know until about 3 weeks out if the governor will be in.
if you know as far in advance as 3 weeks, and
I'll be doing good.
you're doing some really
That's what Russ said, we wouldn't know until at minimum 3 weeks.
He and all of a sudden Pete Landon, I've invited.
Okay.
I think Pete will be there, but
yeah,
I think obviously if the governor comes, we'd live stream something like that, because you would do that probably anyway.
yes,
Right.
correct.
But
We would probably pop it up on our Periscope channel. Anytime the governor comes, we always try to get on Periscope.
so that I think would be interesting. I'm wondering, other than maybe some of the keynotes, do we just videotape for sort of posterity, and then do snippets as draw things to draw in for next year? Or I don't know, what do you think?
My opinion, I would probably video record it, not live stream it through YouTube, because I don't see the audience there. If you video record it, it's much better quality, so that if people come back and watch it, it'll be better quality, right?
Better audio as well too. The audio is where I have the difficulty
At the
with.
same time, if we want to do snippets to like going on now, da 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 speaks about da da da. There's probably other ways we can do that, like through a social media type thing,
Absolutely.
like a Vine or
Yeah.
a short, like 10-second.
Instagram.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
No, I'm with you. That's why we're having this conversation, because I
The only reason I see, and I'm you can contradict me, but the only reason I see doing a live stream is like cool. like we're live streaming. I don't really see a big audience for that because if you really want to, if you're the type that's going to watch that, you're probably at this conference.
Probably.
Right, right. I know like for the bigger conferences that you see that go into Las Vegas, like the conference I'm going to in April, they're live streaming and they live stream everything, but you pay to have the live stream link so that they still get the revenue to come in.
Sure.
Because I asked her about that. I said, how are you guys doing that? Right,
So
and that's a social
hand in
media
hand
driven conference, so they
with that.
want people to
Yeah.
be
They
live
want to
streaming.
be tech savvy.
Oh,
They're
okay.
gonna try to get like 4 different cameras up on piers, like they're really going big with this, but it's gonna be we're gonna try this, and if it works, great, and if it doesn't, then next year we'll just shut it down and it won't work. Because she told me when I said, well, I'm not sure funding wise if we'll be able to come out there. She said, oh, well, do you want the link download? And I was like, sure. And she's like, oh, it's $200. I was like, no, that's not how it works. It was like half the price of admission.
Right.
So, but it works for
And
us
you
too,
have all
because
the
I know
travel.
that people are going to
Yeah.
be there. So,
I mean, another option is we could just live stream maybe like the opening, just be like MEMA 2016 is starting, and
Right.
then we can live stream for 10 minutes or whatever.
absolutely.
And then at least we've done it. It's like, hey, like it's starting. We're off of the pool. And live stream that, and then video record some of the plenary speakers later, and then we can format that to be like, in case you missed it, X, Y, and Z speaks about A, B, and C,
Mm-hmm.
Or just
and-
where your snippets come in that you can kind of piece
and then
it all
that can also
together.
be used to drive, participation next year and further. It's like here's interested in coming to MEMA 2017. Like here's this.
Right.
That's my thought.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's probably a good idea.
So we
Yeah.
I mean, I think it would be coming from a social media perspective. I think it would be nice if we could get it either up on.
I mean, I can show you the quality, but
Um,
I'll go to the last governor's press conference, and you can see it's good for like acute, like right now, the governor's talking about the snow emergency.
Mhm.
At least that information is there, but it's not super duper high quality.
Right.
Actually, you could probably find this better. Is it just on our page
That's just
somewhere?
on our page, yeah. Yeah, and that's something that Jeremy and I are actually going to work on is the quality of it, but it's the quality of YouTube at the end of the day. Like if YouTube has the bandwidth to completely give us everything that they got, then we have it. And we can always, zoom up on shots, but you can only do so much editing.
So I mean, this is cool. This got 5,000 hits, so it's good for that reason.
Mm.
But you can see the quality isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It's fine, but
it's governor.
it's not
HD.
It's not.
Exactly.
If
The audio came out better than what the video did. And that was what I was disappointed about because you can't even see the signer at times. And I was like, oh, this quality is so bad that you can't even see that. Now, from what we got on our side, it was crystal clear. It was a perfect picture. And YouTube down converted it right away. And I was like, oh, yeah, for a state of emergency, this is nice. But if we wanted to put together like a high quality product, I was like, this might not be your best bet.
so, if I personally was holding a conference or promoting my company, I wouldn't go this method because if I was someone interested in going next year, I might be like, is this a really like high quality conference? And you might see that and be like, this video's not great.
Yeah.
It's just really well
But-
put together.
I'm not messing this process. This wasn't for that. This is like media information.
Yeah.
Everyone's interested in.
Right.
This is more of an information, less of a like we're trying to make MEMA like I don't know. You know what I mean?
So
So-
the quality wise, is it look like this? Just like this. And you can see how YouTube completely down convert. Like I can see the details in the line. Like, there's a gold plate and that's about it. So YouTube does take its own.
That's its own issues.
Yeah. And I hate having a third party entity decide whether or not my stuff or our stuff is good enough to be HD or not. Like we want it to be crystal clear from the very beginning. So
Do
that
you
would
have to
be
pay for your YouTube channel?
No.
Okay.
YouTube's
Because
completely free.
I knew mostly it was, but hey, I thought maybe sometimes some of these social media things
Mhm.
offer sort of the business,
Yep.
side of things. I didn't know if YouTube did that. or not.
Right. YouTube merged with Google.
Okay.
Google Plus. that was like, hey, open up a Google Plus account and you can stream your stuff out to the public and then it gets sent up to YouTube. So it was this like interjoining coordination type thing when they bought each other out essentially. So yeah.
Hold on, my show is
Where do they rank? With the DHMH, Google,
DHMH is higher.
hires bad, right?
Yeah, higher's bad.
Okay.
Seamus and I have been working on Google for 5 years to get them to come to the conference on a number of different things that they've been doing that is related to emergency management.
Right.
They give us somewhere around every goddamn year. So Seamus and I have decided this is it. This was the last year. We were giving them their shot. We're done with them. Anyway, so
Christina's actually to try
Sorry.
to get their Google Maps to pop up and let businesses
They're
go
tough.
in. And if
Even the
they are
governor's
just-
office had a tough time with them. Much
But
easier
you
with
know what's
Facebook
been
and Twitter.
great? We've been working with Waze on this evac plan we're
Uh-huh.
working on because it basically gives you real-time data of what the traffic looks like.
Right.
They're fantastic. They've
Really?
been fantastic to
Hmm.
work with. With Google,
That's funny because
of
Google.
course, Waze is Google now.
Right. I was just because like.
I think
Google
it just
just
depends on
must-
which little pocket you get into.
Right.
But yeah, it's become the behemoth that I think, literally one side doesn't know what the other's doing.
Oh, only 8,000 employees.
But yeah.
Speaking of another issue, Dr. Blight will not get back to me.
He's a busy man right now because of Zika. I had a meeting with him this week, Monday. Yeah, he's a good guy. I'm sure he'll. Do you need me to bother him for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Say, hey, by the way, are you going to be able to participate?
I can
in the
do that.
conference? Do it nicely, as I know you.
Here's how you get him. He's a huge Red Sox and UNC Tar Heels fan. Basketball.
That's like very diametric.
He went to UNC,
Okay. He's from Boston?
I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I forget how he has that. You put that in the subject of an email, you're better luck.
Is that how you did
You're
it?
a Red Sox fan.